guys, good Friday afternoon. I'm Jerry Miller, and welcome to the I Love CVille Show. Thank you kindly for joining us on a glorious Friday. We are live in downtown Charlottesville from our studios in the Macklin Building, but our audience, our viewership, and our listenership is Commonwealth-wide, countrywide, and worldwide right here on the I Love CVille Network, a network that's presented today by Skooma Boutique Dispensary, the best dispensary in Charlottesville, Skooma Boutique Dispensary, with locations on the downtown mall and on the UVA corner on Elliewood Avenue. Scott Aaronworth says, "Hi, Jerry," and J-Dubs with multiple exclamation points. And on that note, we'll get J-Dubs on screen so he can blow a kiss and wave to his adoring fans, who seem to be multiplying since Judah Wickower has become such a regular fixture on the show. Would you care to say anything to your adoring fans? Wave, a charming address of any kind to your adoring fans. Soon on ilovecville.com, we will be selling posters for 1995 of Judah B. Wickower. We're figuring out what he's going to be wearing in this photo shoot, and the posters will be for sale on ilovecville.com for $19.95, with a portion of the proceeds benefiting your charity of choice. My thinking is that we're going to sell out.
The posters are also going to be a throwback to 1995.
What does that mean?
That means we're going to have to restyle my hair to the way it looked in 1995.
Stephanie Rhodes watching the program. Hey, Stephanie Rhodes. We love you, Stephanie. Her family, the fabulous family behind ISC, a home's best friend, is ISC. You'll see them with artwork in the Parade of Homes magazine. We just got that approved, right, Stephanie? It's looking really good. So much we're going to cover on today's program. I was joking about the Judah Wickower poster for 1995. Do you think we would sell any Judah Wickower posters? First off, I need to get your approval. Would you even allow us to sell Judah Wickower posters? I can't just say, you work for the company, I'm going to exploit your name, your likeness, and image for profitable purposes. Okay.
I mean, if you want to waste money on something like that, that's fine with me.
Okay, so he's approved the Judah Wickower poster. Would the Judah B. Wickower posters sell? Is the next question. Now that we have verbal approval, that'll hold up in court. I can monetize and exploit Judah B. Wickower's name, likeness, and image. Would the Judah Wickower poster sell?
You're the market master.
So you're saying I can sell anything, is what you're saying?
I think you'd sell at least one.
Would that be your mom and dad who bought the poster?
Definitely not.
Your mom and dad wouldn't buy a Judah Wickower poster?
What are they going to do, put it on the wall?
They could hang it up at their house. They're proud of their son, their only son.
They'd rather have a painting by me.
Oh, he's a talented artist. Savannah College in Art and Design. Savannah College of Art and Design. Judah Wickower, a proud graduate of SCAD? Is that it? Yeah, SCAD. All right, let's get to the nitty-gritty. So here are the topics for today's show. The 30-year fixed mortgage is below 5%. I mean, that's a big deal. Below 5% for the 30-year fixed mortgage. And it's dipping. In fact, the 30-year fixed mortgage has been below 5% for 4 days this week.
Nice.
That's a big deal. Notice how the national media exploits topics like rising interest rates, cooling down housing, when the rates started flirting with 6%. Notice the national media, when those rates drop by a point, not utilizing the same momentum or attention for that positive news story.
Yeah.
The national media will highlight when rates spike 3 points from pandemic lows to 30 days ago highs, literally flirting with 6, but they won't tell you when they drop below 5. We're doing that.
You see that all the time on the news. I mean, you watch, look at the stock news. If there's a particular ticker that they don't like, you'll see it go up, and then you'll see an article on like Market Watch or The Motley Fool about why the stock is going down.
Yeah. Cherry picking content, choosing if it bleeds, it leads, as opposed to if it's positive, we're going to spotlight it.
Yeah.
The 30-year fixed is at 4.875. That's a big deal. That's cheap money. The 15-year fixed is at 4.5. That's cheap money. That's a big deal. We highlight this because it's good news for the housing ecosystem, and many watching this program are on the supply chain of the housing ecosystem, including Judah B. Wickower, the poster boy, and yours truly, Jerry Miller. Okay? So that's positive. And another thing that's positive that I want to get to you, I'm a positive guy, the gas is dropping. WTI crude, a barrel of gasoline, yesterday was below 90 bucks. I'm going to put this in perspective why this is positive. This is the lowest a barrel of gas, a barrel of oil has been since the Russia-Ukrainian invasion. That's months. The first time since February of this year that WTI crude, a barrel of oil, is below 90 bucks. Since February. And then, as we talked about with Quentin, how about some more positivity for you? The jobs number came out. Jobs are hitting the market left and right. People are filling jobs left and right. Payrolls increased by 528,000 in July. Unemployment was just 3.5%. Can anyone make sense of this economy?
Nope.
Unemployment's low, 3.5%. People are filling jobs. I just told you the interest rates are dropping again. Inflation, has it peaked? Has it plateaued? Perhaps. I'm of the camp it has. Does anyone have any sense of what's going on right now? He disagrees with me. He's a to-be-determined kind of guy, right? On inflation peaking.
I think that there's a lot more. I think that the government has found a lot of ways to hide numbers and make numbers look better than they are. For instance, I think what is it they did for stock? What I think short interest, they changed the way it's calculated because there was some shady stuff going on, and short interest was showing up above 100%. So they changed the way it's calculated. So,
but that's always been done. This isn't the only administration that uses smoke and mirrors tactics. We can say with confidence and conviction that smoke and mirrors tactics were used with past administrations.
I wasn't trying to imply that this administration is the only one that's done this kind of stuff. I'm just saying that I think, stuff like CPI, where they stop taking into account some of the numbers out there in the economy, and I just think it would be great if they had inflation under control, but I just don't see it happening.
Scott Aaronworth says he'll buy a 1995 poster of Judah Wickower, and he wants it autographed.
I'll do it.
There we
won't
go.
Be able to read it, but I'll sign it.
Now we got to stylize a photo shoot and sell some posters. The doom and gloom has been going on for 7 months, and I occasionally fall victim to it as well. Quentin Beckham this morning on Real Talk with Keith Smith, I found him inspiring with his positive outlook of things.
Yeah.
And we're trying to echo the same. I have a very curious topic I want to relay to you. Very curious topic. Explain to me how the Louisa County Public School System is fully staffed with school bus drivers, but the Albemarle County Public School System and the Charlottesville City Public School System has 50% of the drivers they need. Understaffed to the point where students in Charlottesville City Public Schools, in fact, Matthew Gillikin posted this on his Facebook page. His son is going to ride public transportation to get to school. He posted this publicly on his Facebook page. So I'm not speaking out of turn. Kid's going to go with him to UVA Hospital, his son, and then ride public transportation to get to school. That's how understaffed Charlottesville public schools are. This is the question I want to ask you, and I think there's a lot of ways we can unpack this question. Why is Louisa County fully staffed with school bus drivers, but Charlottesville City and Albemarle County are not? I have some theories. Do you?
Yeah.
I directly attribute it to the cost of living.
I was just going to ask. I don't know the exact number. I don't know any numbers on the cost of living in Louisa compared to Charlottesville and Albemarle. But yeah, my very first guess would be that you can be a bus driver in Louisa and live, be able to afford to live there.
Exactly. That's what I think it's directly attributed to, because the pay is similar. The pay is similar. I mean, it's school bus driver. You're all in the same category of pay.
Can't be that far off, yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. The pay is similar. So Louisa County is fully staffed, but Charlottesville City and Albemarle County are not. Both Jude and I attribute that to a cost of living.
Yeah.
That you can be a school bus driver and not have to have side hustles or moonlight elsewhere to pay your bills. The next question I have for you, moms and dads, is would you feel comfortable with your offspring, your scions, your sons or daughters, riding public transportation like Charlottesville Albemarle Transit? Is it Charlottesville area? Charlottesville area, right? Not Charlottesville Albemarle. Charlottesville area transit. Would you feel comfortable with your kids, your son or daughters, your elementary age students, elementary age, riding public transportation to get to school?
I would, if I was a parent, I would want to ride with them for maybe a week, just see what, scope it out, see what it's like.
I swear I thought you would have said, why not? Why not do it? I swear I thought you would have done it. Said that.
If I was a parent, I'd want to know what it's like on those buses. Like, who's getting on that bus along with my kid?
That's what I would want to know. Would I feel comfortable with my elementary age? We have a son. My wife and I have a son. He's 4.5. All right. So he's heading into pre-K. Is it pre-K 4? The pre-K before kindergarten. I think it's pre-K 4. He just finished pre-K 3.
They do it here.
It's pre-K 4. It's pre-K 4. He's heading into pre-K 4. So he's not quite elementary age. Would you let your elementary age son or daughter ride public transportation to get to school? Now, here's the question. A follow-up question should be, do you have any other choice?
It's that or walk, I guess.
And if you don't have any other choice, then maybe the answer is yes, because your kid has to go to school.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you move to Louisa.
Or because you're saying the bus drivers are there?
Yeah.
Travis Hackworth is watching in Danville. He just posted on the feed, Louisa County, Virginia's cost of living is 6% lower than the national average.
And Charlottesville's is how much percent above the national?
Travis, we're crowdsourcing information. Travis, can you help us with this? Stephanie says, no way, not in elementary school would I let my kids ride the public transportation in elementary school. Philip Dow in Scottsville says, not at all. I would not let my kids ride public transportation in elementary school. Travis, this is what I would like to hear from you if you could post this information, sir. Travis Hackworth. Charlottesville City and Albemarle County, the cost of living, how does it compare to the national average? Can you post that stat in the feed? He adds this, Louisa County's housing expenses are 9% lower than the national average. So housing expenses 9% lower than the national average, cost of living 6% lower than the national average in Louisa County. That right there is why they can have a fully staffed school bus driver fleet in force. Travis, can you give us the same statistics for Albemarle County and the city of Charlottesville, please, my friend? And the follow-up question for every parent watching this show, would you, with Charlottesville City and Albemarle County having 50% the bus drivers they need? They are short-staffed by over 50%, the county and the city, with their school bus drivers. Would you feel comfortable with your elementary age student, riding public transportation alone to get to and from school?
My initial reaction is hell no. But like I said, I'd want to get on the bus and ride with them for a week before I would decide whether or not that was, something that I would let my kid do on a daily basis.
I had this conversation over dinner with my beautiful wife, and she said there's no way we would ever allow that.
That's what I figured.
She's extremely mama bear protective, as she should be. Firstborn, mama bear, as she should be. She said there would be no way we would do that. But I'll play devil's advocate for the sake of a talk show.
Charlottesville 2022 is not Los Angeles in the early 80s.
You're saying it's safe?
I was riding my bike all around LA as a kid.
Oh, you're saying Charlottesville 2022 is sketchier than LA in the 80s?
Yeah.
You think?
I used to go everywhere. I was 7 years old. I'd be walking blocks and blocks to get to the friendly local game store, the comic book store. When I was 10 years old, I was riding my bike a mile or two to the mall, and and stealing stuff from stores, and
you weren't stealing.
Just basically getting into trouble. But this is Los Angeles we're talking about, and people wouldn't let their kids on a bus in Charlottesville in 2022. I'm just saying there are some differences.
Well, okay, for the sake of a talk show, I'll play devil's advocate. Sake of a talk show. My family, we probably wouldn't do it either. My wife says there's no way we're going to do it, and the way she said it was with quite a bit of conviction. And as a husband, the longer you are married, you realize that when your better half speaks with conviction like that, you're not going to change her mind. Also, you realize the longer you're married, sometimes there's battles worth pursuing, and sometimes there's battles worth not pursuing. And as you're married, the longer you are, you realize how much goodwill or marital capital you have in the bank. And when the account is low on marital capital, you generally choose to not pick battles or make things a big deal. And I'm not saying the marital capital account is low right now. From my perspective, it's plentiful, but I still pick my marital battles. And my wife is saying, smart man, right now on the feed. So she's always looking and listening and keeping a close eye on me. As she should. Charlottesville, housing expenses are 7% higher than the national average. Cost of living is 3% higher than the national average. So there's your answer.
That's a 13 and a 10% difference?
Yes, there you go. So we'll put it in perspective. Louisa's housing expenses are 9% lower than the national average. Charlottesville City is 7% higher. That's a 16% difference. Yeah. That's freaking massive. That's a 16% delta.
Yeah.
16% when you're a school bus driver and you're not making a lot of bank makes a huge difference.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's how you probably paying your bills.
They're probably still tight right now because of the way everything is going, but yeah, that's a big difference. Danny
O'Day has this comment. Danny O'Day's engaged, soon to be married at King Family this year to a beautiful lass.
I got the notebook picture still.
Oh, let's put Danny O'Day's notebook picture. Can we, Danny O'Day, we have your permission? I'm getting to know Danny. I feel like he would not mind if we put his photo on screen of him embracing his beautiful fiancée after proposing to her, overlooking, do you remember where it was? He said it on the show. Danny, where was this? Is it on screen?
Galway?
Is it on screen?
It is. Here's him proposing. And
Danny O'Day proposing. Look at this romance. Love is in the air.
Closely by the Notebook moment.
Look at that. My wife thought this was the Notebook as well when she was watching the program.
And I've never even seen the movie.
Mr. Romance, Danny O'Day, an author, a humanitarian, and Mr. Romance over there. Is it raining as well here, Danny O'Day? I think it looks like it's raining here. I mean, what a beautiful photo, DOD. What a beautiful... Cliffs of Mother Ireland, he says. It's from Ireland.
Yeah.
And he loves the photo. We love it too. Travis Hackworth says the voice of God often sounds like his wife's voice. Travis. Oh, mine too, Travis. Mine too. All right, so we got some comments we're going to get to. It's pretty uncommon, DOD says. In many other countries and most large American cities, the community treats the safety of youth as a public interest. Plenty of young children, elementary age, travel to school via buses and city rail systems every day. As the Central Virginia area grows in population, we should begin to consider what it means to have safe, reliable, and sustainable public transportation, including for elementary age students. That's not a bad comment.
Yeah, he makes a good point. I mean, there are kids that do it.
He says, do we think it's less safe, or do we think the less safe aspects of urban life have become the best form or reliable clicks on news reports? All long-term studies indicate that this is safe.
Yeah.
I'll play devil's advocate for the sake of a talk show, Danny. I'm very curious to see your perspective, Danny, when you are love-cuffed, and you're getting love-cuffed this fall at King Family, and after you're love-cuffed, you've pulled the goalie, and you have a bambino or a bambina. Children, your blood, your skin, the next generation of you, change how you view life. I've become more cautious with everything I do because of our son. I have become way softer, way more emotional. I tell the story from time to time. I found myself crying at Toy Story 3 when the toys went to the daycare. They were discarded and they went to the daycare, and then they were abused by the toddlers, and their arms were ripped off and their heads were ripped off, and they were hurt by the kids at the daycare. That was so mean to Woody and Buzz.
I think I got a little dewy-eyed when they were when they got tossed in the what was it the lava?
Yeah.
I didn't remember what it was.
Why were they so mean to those toys, those children? Why were they so mean?
I think the safety bit is probably fairly accurate. I mean, I think my initial reaction is, man, if my kid is getting on a bus alone with a bunch of adults, I don't know about that. But if you think about it, it's not just going to be one child, or it's going to be multiple children. And if you think more
that's
about it,
that's an assumption that it would be multiple children. But go ahead.
I also think that there are probably enough people going on public transportation that you're going to have basically multiple nannies looking after your kid.
I'll give you that you're going to have other folks looking after your kid. Yeah. And it could potentially be safer because there's more adults on a public transportation bus than a school bus when there's only one adult.
Yeah.
I'll play devil's advocate for the sake of a talk show. Is people's concern of their kid in elementary school riding public transportation associated with the stigma with the folks that ride public transportation?
You're saying are other kids going to treat them like
No, I'm saying is the safety concern directly associated with the stigma tied with people riding public transportation? Is that the concern?
I'm still not quite sure. Are you saying that people are going to think that people who ride public transportation are possibly dangerous?
Is that it? And that's devil's advocate for the sake of a talk show. Is public transportation being stigmatized as unsafe because of that reason right there?
I think it's the knee-jerk initial reaction. I think with enough eyes and news on it, it would become a non-issue.
Jason Howard leaving some comments. Jason Howard, I love when you watch the program. Jason Howard. Jason, does memory serve correct? Are you all for Rio Road? Have we dubbed you the King of Rio? The monikers are getting to be as long as a Good Boys Christmas list, and I'm having a hard time keeping up with them. I believe, Jason, you're off Rio Road, and we dub you the King of Rio. He says a quick search of county job websites shows Louisa advertising a hiring rate for school bus drivers of $21 an hour. Albemarle's job posting is $16.30 to $20.62 an hour. So it actually pays more to work in the area with lower cost of living. Yeah. I do believe, though, Jason, and I'm curious about this. I'm fairly confident that Albemarle County and the city of Charlottesville are now matching school districts within a certain mile radius of Albemarle and Charlottesville. They're matching the pay for qualified candidates. I believe that is happening right now. But Jason Howard, that is a great comment right there. Nevertheless, let's get to Travis Hackworth. Unfortunately, cities, as they grew during the 20th century, traded electric trolley lines for gas buses instead of expanding and using both. Most never envisioned urban sprawl, and now electric trolley lines would be a far more effective urban transportation system to link city amenities and neighborhoods. That's a great comment, Travis. In fact, I'm going to respond to you in real time. Travis, that's a great comment. Period. Enter. Send it. Just did. Great comment. Danny says, that's an excellent point, Jerry. I'd say it definitely is associated, but we can kill two birds with one stone by investing in safe and reliable public transportation. I've always wanted, and now I know this is a dream and this is asking a lot, but you know what I would love to see? A gondola system.
You're so nuts. I don't know why.
In Albemarle County and the city of Charlottesville, where we're transported through the county and the city via gondolas, almost like what you see on a snow mountain or a ski resort. It alleviates traffic issues, makes things safer, Things are way quicker to get to. You have climate control, a gondola system in Charlottesville, Albemarle County. That would be dope. Now, on a serious note and a realistic note, this is what needs to happen, okay? Next time you're out and about, I want you to consider how many different brands of public transportation there are. Just off the top of my head, you have UTS, University Transit Service. You have CAT, Charlottesville Area Transport or Transit.
Jaunt.
You have Jaunt, thank you. You have Jaunt. You have Albemarle County school buses, Charlottesville City public school buses. We have public transportation. We have too many splintered brands. I've said this on the show many times. We need to have one public transportation infrastructure and system for all of Central Virginia, including the public schools. That's called vertical integration, and it's a mindset that utilizes economies of scale. You pool all the resources under one brand. You call that one brand the Central Virginia Transportation System, CVTS, the CVTS.
Cavity.
And the CVTS, boys and girls, has one set of one headquarters, the same infrastructure, all the resources, all the money, all the political capital are pooled for the CVTS, one transportation system for the better good of all citizens in Central Virginia. Having all these minutia or splintered public transportation, Jaunt, UTS, Albemarle County buses, Charlottesville buses, CAT, the trolley, having all these things doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. It's a, public transportation is a utility. You understand what I'm saying? It's like water or electricity or the internet. It's a utility. It's a utility. Group it all under the Central Virginia Transportation System. All right, let's get to comments. Lisa Costello is watching the show. Hello, Lisa. She says, my car broke down and I was without a car for 3 months. I had to depend on the public CAT buses. I was absolutely dreading catching the bus. I thought it was going to be a real pain in the tail, Lisa says. I discovered I enjoyed riding the bus. Someone else doing the driving. I enjoyed meeting the diverse people who ride the bus, elderly, UVA students, professionals, and I was saving big money. I had no idea how much riding the public bus would save me in money. That's a great comment. Right? Lisa, Can you put in perspective how much money? I'm giving you props, Lisa. Can you put in perspective for us, Lisa, how much money you saved each month with your car broken down for 3 months? Over that 90-day period, how much money do you think you estimate, back of the napkin estimate, Lisa, how much money did you save in gasoline over that 90-day period of time by riding public transportation? I'm very curious to know that. I read this out loud on the show. Enter, send it to Lisa, done. How much did you save? Lisa, I'm very curious to know. Have you ever relied on public transportation to get places?
Briefly.
Was this pre-working here? You've been here 10 years. 10 years I've known you. I've never seen you rely on public transport. This is before this?
I don't think I've ever used public transportation in Virginia.
Okay, so this was what, LA or Savannah?
LA mostly.
Okay. When you were a student at USC?
Yeah.
The gondola is getting some grief for people.
Surprise, surprise.
This comment came in from Lauren. People are not allowing their kids to even ride the school bus. I hear reasons from bullying to the long rides due to lack of bus drivers. So she says even school bus riding is tough.
I bet you there'd be less bullying on a public bus.
You would hope to God.
Well, like I said,
because it would be the adults bullying the kids if it happened on a public transportation.
No, it wouldn't. My point is,
you're saying fourth grade Johnny is gonna bully Bruno in a tank top and a tool belt?
What? No.
The bullying would happen if it happened
saying,
on public transportation, adult to kid. Fourth grader's not going to bully Bruno.
What are you talking about?
I said if there was bullying happening on public transportation, it would be the adults doing the bullying. The kid's not going to bully an adult.
You're nuts. I'm not talking about either one. I'm saying the same people would be bullying the same people if you switch the kids from riding on school buses to public buses. However, on the public buses, you would have, like I said, multiple
Good Samaritans.
Yeah, you'd have people watching over them.
Good Samaritans.
And if some kid starts, if that little brat Billy starts pushing Susie around, a couple of friendly adults are going to come along and say, "Hey, kid, don't make us have to come back there."
And that's the quality commentary we've come to rely upon from Judah B. Wickower on the I Love CVille show. And that's why posters for 1995 will sell like hotcakes. Are you agreeing to autograph the poster?
Sure. We're going to get me a 1995 era, like...
I don't understand why the poster has to be styled in 1995 stylings.
I'm just saying, we should...
you want to sell a poster where it's dated by 27 years in its look? How does that make sense?
I'm just trying to have some fun.
Okay, so what are you going to wear?
I was thinking, like, I don't know, were they still wearing those crazy sweaters in 95? You see.
I've never really been a sweater guy. Hunter Wyatt, welcome to the program. Lisa Costello saved around $450 every month by riding public transportation. And she goes, I'm a single mother. So, dude, first, single mother, you're a rock star. Single mothers should be championed and cherished. Frankly, being a mom is hard. Being a stay-at-home mom might be the hardest job in America, being a stay-at-home mom. Stay-at-home mom is a difficult job that is thankless. A thankless job. Lisa's a single mom, and she saved $450 a month by riding public transportation and not utilizing her car. That means over that 90-day period of time, Lisa saved a whopping $1,350. If she did that over the course of a year, and you extrapolated that number over the course of a year, she would be saving, drum roll please. Do you have a drum roll? I think there's a drum roll here.
Yeah, there's
Where's the drum roll? Is there a drum roll? Oh yeah, there's a drum roll. Here. She would save $5,400 over the course of a year by riding public transportation, and that's just in gas. That does not include wear and tear on the car, mechanics fees, oil changes, tire changes, upkeep on cars.
Or the money you'd make selling your old car.
Probably get another $15K, $20K, $30K, whatever the car is.
Depends on the car.
Selling your car. I mean, there's a big push in Charlottesville City of people going electric bike only. Are you seeing that? The rad bikes?
I've seen a lot of them around.
Dude, a lot, right? The electric bikes are everywhere, that people are purchasing bikes, electric bikes for their own use.
Who'd have thought mopeds would make a comeback?
Would you drive a moped? See, you couldn't drive a moped because what would you do with Liza the dog?
You don't think Liza would run alongside, or I'd have a basket on the
you'd
back?
have a sidecar. A moped with
There
a
you
sidecar.
go. Sidecar, that would be pimp.
That would be pimp. Look at you. Look at you, Judah. That would be pimp. So Liza in the sidecar, would she have cool goggles on, and would you put a helmet on her, and she'd be sitting in the sidecar with the goggles and the helmet on her? Because the bugs come flying and you don't want them to get in her eyes.
Right.
Would she have goggles and a helmet?
Yeah.
Would you have goggles and a helmet?
Definitely.
I think that would sell the poster. Judah on a moped with Liza in the sidecar with goggles and a helmet. We may have our stylized poster for 1995 right there.
Yeah. And I got the sweater for it too.
Are you you're putting it on screen?
Not yet.
Do you have it?
I do.
Wait, is it you or is it just the sweater itself?
It's just the sweater.
Okay. All right. Well, tell me when you put that on screen so I can encourage the viewers and listeners to see what Judah Wickower could be wearing in his 1995 poster. Lisa Costello, I really appreciate the comments that you have left on today's show. You made the program better, Lisa. And are you choosing, Lisa, to go public transportation full time? And out of curiosity, have you chosen to get the car back on the road and pay the gas prices? Very curious to what the single mom, the fabulous single mom that is Lisa Costello, is doing. All right, a couple more topics on today's show. As Judah's finding the poster. And I want you to show Quentin's 30-year mortgage graph artwork as well. Did we get that up during Real Talk?
No.
We should get that up. Before we do, in-person orientation has returned to the University of Virginia for the first time since 2019. Orientation is when moms and dads and their kids visit college and they tour the college with the tour guide in person. It's done during the summer before your first year at UVA and frankly at all colleges. Well, the pandemic put in-person orientation on ice for 2000 and 2001. The first time it's happened since 2019 is right now. So that's exciting. A first year returning, going to college for the first time, will get a chance to feel at the college before they get there. I think that's important. A couple other topics before we get to our topic du jour. And our topic du jour is if you can take an existing Charlottesville City or Albemarle County business and relocate it to a new spot to improve its chances of survival in these tough economic times, which businesses would you move to help them out? Judah and I will offer some takes on that. But before we do, one other topic that I'd like to get out there. Albemarle County and the city of Charlottesville are eliminating their virtual school program. There's been such little interest in Charlottesville City and Albemarle County, the public school systems, their virtual school programs, such little interest that they're eliminating them. Kids and parents, guess what? They want to learn in person, in a classroom, with their peers, where they can interact like the social butterflies we were meant to be as people when God created us.
And the parents are like, seriously, we've had enough of this.
And the parents
Take
are like,
my kid.
We don't really like our kids anyway.
Take my
Send
kid.
them to school, please,
Someone
dear God.
please take my
It's
kid.
impacting everything from our marriage to our levels of stress to our eating habits and our sleeping habits. Our son, I swear, every day leaves his very large and spacious bedroom, comes down the stairs to my wife and I's bedroom on the first floor, jumps in our bed, and proceeds to do Mambo number 5, the cha-cha, the midnight waltz, the MC Hammer high leg kicks, the vanilla ice splits, all while sleeping. He's the only one that gets any wink of sleep. Mom and dad are having to protect our faces from feet, elbows, and kneecaps to the eyes. That happens every day. If anyone has some solutions to keep our 4.5-year-old in his bedroom outside of drugging him, please offer them to us. We've literally had parents say, oh, we give our kid a little bit of brandy in his milk every day. I'm like, what? You give your kid brandy before bedtime every night?
I hear it helps with emerging teeth as well.
Brandy every night to your kid? That's gotta be concerning for your kid. Carol Thorpe, the Queen of Jack Jewett, welcome to the program. We love you, Carol.
Just a shot or two.
Lisa Costello, you two make a great team. Judah Wickower is cool and laid back, taking it all in, and Jerry Miller is lively, animated, and influential. You guys complement each other perfectly. Thank you, Lisa. That was a great analysis right there. 10 years of working alongside each other. 10 years, good Lord. I say we have a love-hate relationship. I love Judah. He may hate me. He never makes a comment after I say that. All he does is that face after I say it. What the hell?
No comment.
You're supposed to say no, Jerry. No. No.
That would never
You're
be
supposed
true.
to say no.
Here's the sweater.
Oh, you put the sweater on screen?
There we go.
The sweater's on screen. Look at the screen. This is what you want to wear in your poster shoot?
Yeah.
All right, I'm on a 10-second delay, so I can't see the sweater yet. And I'm responding to Lisa. Thank you for those. That's what you want to wear? This is a button-down, hideous, ugly sweater. That That's not going to sell posters for $19.95.
What if we made it look like something from what's that show that you love? The Class Bell.
Saved by the Bell?
Yeah, that's the one.
You want a Zach Morris sweater? Zach Morris did not wear V-neck button-down sweaters.
Okay, I never watched the show, so.
You never watched Saved by the Bell?
It was a little beat past my time.
You never watched Saved by the Bell, and you told the viewers and listeners you've never enjoyed breweries on 151.
I did not say that.
You did say that.
No.
You caught many people off guard.
I said I haven't recently.
What's recently?
Years? I don't know.
You need to go.
You asked, and I said
Oh,
yes.
I know.
I've been to Blue Mountain. I've been to Wild Wolf.
Wild Wolf is closed.
It wasn't.
Three-notch bought
it wasn't
Wild Wolf
years ago,
and you went to Wild Wolf for the job because we had a photo and video shoot.
It's not the only time I've been there, though.
Okay, all right. Well, treat yourself.
I've had their fried Oreos.
Well, you know, Wild Wolf is closed. MJ Arquette, one of the best marketers. Let's
shame.
call MJ Arquette. You have a new moniker, the Queen of Marketing. MJ Arquette, the Queen of Marketing, is watching the program. Welcome, Queen. Hopping down 151. Super fun. Super fun. We got a comment from the Queen of Marketing, MJ Arquette. Man, the feed is on fire right now, Judah B. Wickower. Feed is on fire. I think we need a poster series, Judah with Liza on the bike and Jerry and Judah, J squared back to back in those sweaters. Oh, gosh. It'd be so crazy if we actually released a sweat up poster series. We've done crazier stuff here in this business. All right, let's put the 30-year mortgage graph up. Quentin Beckham sent this to us this morning. We didn't have a chance to highlight this on Real Talk. Is it on screen? Look at the screen, everybody. Look at the screen. Look at the screen. The source of this is the Washington Post. This is rates from August of 2021 to August of 2022. Look at the increase in 1 year. Keep it on screen so everyone can see. This is the 30-year fixed mortgage rate. In 1 year, it went from 2.77% to 4.99%. Actually, this is low. This is the May one was closer to 6. The May one was actually closer to 6. But it just shows you when you have a 30-year fix jump basically 3 points in 1 calendar year, that's going to send shock waves through the housing ecosystem, and that's exactly what it did.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a massive leap. Don't you agree?
Definitely.
In a 12-month period of time, there's the Travis says, lock your son out of the room. They make door guards for the door handles, lock them out of the room. Our kid would just bang on the door until we let him in, I think. Don't you think, sweetheart, that's what he would do? If we locked him out of the room, our son would just bang on the door until we let him in? I think that's what he would do. The 30-year fixed is below 5. That's the point I want to highlight here. That's positive news. It's below 5, the 30-year fixed. And for 4 days this week, it's been below 5. Okay? And that's good news and something that should be highlighted and championed right now. President Joe Biden is on TV right now with a live press conference. He's wearing aviator sunglasses in a blue suit and a blue tie, and he has not fallen down yet. He has not fallen down yet, Judah. You think I'm going too far with that?
Maybe they're propping him up with something.
They're like Weekend at Bernie's, the movie. Remember Weekend at Bernie's?
Oh, yeah.
Bernie died, and they just carried him around and made him look like he was still living?
Strings and...
Is that is Weekend at Bernie's happening with Joe Biden? Oh, God.
I mean, they do a good job of hiding the strings.
This weekend?
Yeah. I'm joking, guys. I'm joking.
Well, Joe Biden is Bernie from Weekend at Bernie's. Oh, that's mean. We shouldn't say that. That's mean. He's the president. We got to respect him. We respect the president. MJ is so right. The Queen of Marketing is so right. The 90s icon you're looking for with that sweater is not Zach Morris. It's not AC Slater. It's not Screech Powers. It's Uncle Phil from The Fresh Prince. Put the sweater back on screen. That is so Uncle Phil right there. Uncle Phil from Fresh Prince wore a V-neck button-down sweater, and he made it look good. MJ, props. Props. You got that sweater back on screen? That is totally Uncle Phil. Totally Uncle Phil. I'm responding to MJ as you get that sweater on screen, literally. Great call, period.
There we go.
Exclamation. That is Uncle Phil. That is so Uncle Phil. I think you could pull it off. All right, let's have fun with the last topic, and then we'll close her down.
I need a pillow for my...
For your, what are you saying, Uncle Phil has a gut?
I need to make a fake belly.
Are you saying Uncle Phil has a gut?
I would never say that.
The 15-year fixed rate, I have that. Philip Dow is asking that question. The 15-year fixed is now at 4.5 as of today, down from 4.625. So the 15-year fix is at 4.5. This is what I don't understand. The 30-year fix is 4.875. Okay, 30-year fix is 4.875 today. The 15-year fix is 4.5. The delta between the 30 and the 15 is only 0.375. 0.375. Why not take the 30, guarantee the lower payment than the 15, and then just overpay the 30?
Yeah.
You know? Carol says, this is Joe upright. Travis says, Joe looks like the elder. Travis says, Joe looks like the elderly version of Top Gun meets A Weekend at Bernie's. Meets Men in Black. Who says Joe Biden? Looks like Top Gun, Tom Cruise in Top Gun, the new release Top Gun, had a baby with Weekend at Bernie's and had a baby with Men in Black. I mean, I don't want to poke fun at the president, but look at him on screen over here.
Yeah.
You know.
I can't hear what he's saying, so I don't know if he's. Oh, they're adjusting the aviators.
Why is he wearing aviators?
It looks like he's in good shade, so yeah, I don't know.
Why is he wearing aviators?
No
Have you
idea.
ever seen a presidential press conference or address where the president is wearing aviators? Can you shift the studio camera to the TV and studio so people can see what we're talking about? All you'll have to do is slide the studio camera and show the TV. I've never seen a presidential conference, and please forgive the mess on my desk over there. I've never seen a president address Americans with aviators on. Sunglasses, nevertheless. I mean, he looked sharp in the aviators.
Let me zoom this in first.
Has anyone ever seen a presidential address when the president's been wearing sunglasses? I mean, I just find that curious. I'm not knocking. He looks sharp, dude. He looks sharp. Are you showing him the screen?
There we go.
We're doing this on the fly here. This is literally live programming on the fly. Has anyone seen a presidential address where the president's been wearing sunglasses while speaking to Americans? I mean, because you're the president. You're the most powerful man in the world. You can pretty much do, you can set up the podium wherever you want. It can be in the shady spot. It doesn't have to be in the sun.
It looks like it is in the shady spot.
But why is he wearing sunglasses?
Is
Is it to make him, it's probably a strategy play to make him more youthful. There's a photo of my son and I in the corner over there.
All
Love
right,
that
I'm
picture.
putting this down.
That was on my, that photo was taken on my wife's birthday. 2 years ago, was it 2 years ago, sweetheart? We went to Richmond to celebrate my wife's birthday. It might have been 3 years ago. And on my wife's birthday, my son said his first word, and it was mama. On my wife's birthday, my son said his first word, and it was mama. And that was like the best birthday gift ever. Certainly for mom, but I talk about emotion and kids changing you. I was emotional when he said that. I cried. He's made me softer. Our kid. All right, let's play the game that we were going to talk about before we go. This is from Reddit.
Do we have any responses?
On why the president is wearing sunglasses?
No.
What responses on what?
On where to move places.
On moving them? Oh, from the viewers and listeners?
Yeah.
Well, we haven't done the topic yet.
Well, you did kind of give them a run-up.
Okay, well, let's set the stage first, and then you and I give our takes. This is from Charlottesville Reddit. Judah loves Charlottesville Reddit. Man, we have fans of the
I love it. But
fans of the I Love CVille show outside the studio.
There's something interesting in there.
All right, so here's the question. It's a hypothetical scenario. If you could take any business in the city of Charlottesville and Albemarle County, pick up the business and move it to a more advantageous location for the sake of creating success for the business in a recession, which businesses would you move? You can take any business in the city of Charlottesville and Albemarle County and move it to a new location to help the business survive and have success during a recession. Which businesses would you like to save, move, and help them succeed as we're in inflationary, recessionary, supply chain, labor shortage times? I'll rattle off a few, and then Judah, you go next. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
La Michoacana on High Street is dynamite.
Yeah.
If more people knew of La Michoacana, if the place had more indoor seating than it does, if the location was in a different spot, La Michoacana would be one of the most popular restaurants in this community. La Michoacana is on High Street. It's next to a Mary Maid's. There's very limited parking and limited seating inside. It's family owned. The food is absolutely delicious. La Michoacana, if you put that on the UVA corner, on the downtown mall, it would crush it.
Yeah.
Definitely. It would absolutely crush it. Clear cut for me, I would move La Michoacana to a different location, downtown mall or UVA corner, and watch it boom and watch it blossom. Judah, what's one from you?
I think I'd move Chim.
Chim?
Yeah.
Well, you had a little beef with Chim. Was it last week?
No, it was a while ago. I was just disappointed that they weren't seating.
Their 5th Street Station location, is it still takeout only?
I haven't been in 5th Street Station in weeks at least.
Okay.
Not months.
All right. When we went, it was takeout only. That's expensive rent for a takeout only spot. But we 100% respect Jay Pun's decision and his commitment to safety. Props to you, Jay Pun. Not knocking.
And speaking of Jay Pun, my friend mentioned him last night, and I'm like, is that the same guy that owns Chim? He's like, I don't know. He's like, I just know that he and his wife play guitar.
Oh, they're very talented.
Music. Yeah. He's
very
like,
talented.
Man, I would love to see them start playing music again.
Jay Pun is a teacher at the Renaissance School. I believe a music teacher at the Renaissance School.
Nice. Right
close from our studio. Owner of Chim Street. He and his family own Thai Noodle behind Stonefield. He's got a Midas touch.
Yeah.
Very much a Midas touch. And his wings are damn good. All right, so you say you'd move Chim.
Yeah.
From 5th Street Station? It's already in a... Why would you move it from 5th Street Station? 5th Street Station is already a baller spot.
Is it?
You don't think 5th Street Station's a baller spot?
I don't get there often enough.
I mean, it's Class A real estate.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm going to say that one doesn't count.
All right.
Give me another one.
Give you another one, man.
Kevin Yancey says, I'd take a Bodo's in Waynesboro. Interestingly, I think a Bodo's in Waynesboro would crush it, but I don't think Bodo's needs to move any of its locations to have success. It's already primed for success.
You just add another location.
Yeah, Kevin Yancey just wants another location, which is totally understandable and legit and fair and good. But those 3 locations are primo spots, Preston, UVA Corner, Route 29. Kind of the caveat is a business that's in not a great spot. What if we gave it a great spot? What would that do for the success or the longevity of that business? That's why I highlighted La Michoacana on High Street.
Yeah.
Scott says Bodo's would kill it in Virginia Beach. Keith said he would move the entire Charlottesville city government. Keith, that was funny. Keith Smith.
To where?
Where would you move it, Keith? Where would you replace it with, distinguished gentlemen? Real Talk with Keith Smith. Check out that website. Fabulous website. Bodo's would crush it, Scott Aaronworth. Isn't that something that you find peculiar? I've said this many times. Why is there not another brand to compete with Bodo's and take their proverbial dough from them? Why is there not another bagel brand competing with Bodo's? Secondly, the 3 Bodo's locations do so well. Why have they not considered a franchise model for Bodo's?
Yeah.
Like, why haven't they considered a franchise model for Bodo's? Sell territories, create a brand that you can franchise, and find new profit centers where you're selling the inventory to the franchisees, and the franchisees are paying you a monthly royalty of a couple of points of sales. Why hasn't Bodo's tried to franchise?
No idea.
Kevin Yancey said he asked the Bodo's owners to take a location in Waynesboro, and all 3 of them said, no way, Jose.
Really?
I think they're just overworked, man. I heard recently, so the owner of Bodo's, the original owner of Bodo's, when he wanted to exit, he sold Bodo's to his 3 longtime managers. One of those managers, the female, I forget her name, has since sold her stake to the other 2 managers. So the 3 Bodo's locations are owned by 2 people, 2 men. And I think they're just overworked. Carol Thorpe says, Charlottesville city government would not work better anywhere you move it. Carol, I love when you watch the show, Carol. I love when you watch. Carol is so intelligent. I love when you watch the show, Queen of Jack Jewett. I'm going to tag Keith Smith on this because he'd like that comment.
Yeah.
All right. Philip Dow, the king of Scottsville, says move Charlottesville city government to North Korea. Ooh. Oh, Philip, king of Scottsville. I love when you watch the show as well. We know many folks inside City Hall listen to this talk show, and we love you guys. And we know you're in a tough spot. And we don't mean to zing you all the time. Just every now and again. Just every now and again. But we do love you, and we understand that you are friends and neighbors, and you live in this community as well. What did you learn today? Anything you learned?
Let's see. What did I learn? I learned the government is taking monkeypox seriously.
Dude. Multiple states have declared a state of emergency on monkeypox. Now, this is important to emphasize. There's only been one case, I heard yesterday, reported in the Charlottesville area. Only one in the Charlottesville area. But it's becoming a news story, this monkeypox. It's becoming a news story. Monkeypox. We talked about polio in New York City yesterday. Monkeypox is a weird name, isn't it?
It is a strange name.
I mean, what's like the next outbreak?
Got chicken pox. We got.
What's the next outbreak going to be? We got pox from chickens, pox from monkeys. What's there going to be? An iguana pox? A lizard pox?
Bat pox.
Bat pox?
It'll be monkeypox.
Parrot pox?
It'll be monkeypox combined with COVID.
Oh, monkeypox combined with COVID is bat pox. Because the vid originated with the bats.
Well, that was the
speculation.
Yeah, that was the speculation.
There was also the speculation of the seafood market, the wet seafood market.
Yeah. Well,
and then there was the speculation that it was a created pandemic for global political purposes. So many speculations. All right, that's the Friday edition of this fine and fair talk show.
Hold on, I created a picture of Liza in a sidecar.
You created a picture of Liza in the sidecar? Are you putting it on screen?
Yeah.
So this is
there it is.
Judah Wickower with a moped. It's on screen. Look at the screen. Look at the screen.
It's not a moped. It's a...
I can't see the photo. I'm on a 10-second delay. That's your dog!
I just put her head on the dog in the sidecar.
You did that during the talk show?
Yeah.
Wow, look at you. You're skilled. She would love that, dude. You should sell your Ford Fusion and buy this.
That would be interesting.
You would love this. Dude, you'd save so much money.
I don't know how much fun we'd have in the middle of winter.
Oh, it would stink. The queen of marketing, MJ Arquette, said, OMG, Judah, way to multitask. Liza is so cute. It's important to emphasize that Liza is only neck up.
Yeah. I think they can
She
tell.
is not a two-coated colored dog here.
I think they can tell by the
She's not
coloration.
albino in coat on the bottom half of her body.
Yeah.
But the upper part is Liza. The upper part. Carol Thorpe. Didn't the powers that be try to forbid the name monkeypox months ago, calling it racist, but they never gave us a new name? I do remember some of that.
How is monkeypox racist?
I don't know, but she's right. That did happen. See, it's hard to say anything at all these days. She says Liza's adorable.
What?
Anything, dude, take it from someone who talks a lot for a living. Yours truly. Anything you say now in today's climate
why do you think
will piss off somebody.
Why do you think I was talking about people's feigned outrage over a logo that kind of a little bit looks like a swastika?
Dude,
it was for that exact reason.
The logo
because that is not a swastika. It may look like it. The optics may be terrible on it, but come on, can we stop being outraged about everything? I'm supporting your point.
It's the judgment. The judgment was shown.
I know.
The cause for concern with the Hanover County Public School Systems and the Swastika T-shirt. The judgment.
And I'm supporting the point you were just making about how you can't do or say anything without people getting outraged about it.
Well, I mean, what do we do on this talk show? We give our opinion for hours a day in front of a lot of people. I see trust me, every day, someone pissed off about something I've said. Literally. But you know what? That's the nature of giving your opinion in a public setting before a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's what it is. All right, that's the Friday edition of this fair and fine talk show, the I Love CVille Show. Judah Wickower, Jerry Miller. Keep the money in the community. Support the businesses you want to see that come out of this recession and make it. Support local, please, now more than ever. For Judah Wickower and his 1995 poster that's coming out next week on ilovecville.com, my name is Jerry Miller. Hasta luego.